This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Hello again. Welcome back to ICC here in Fulton. Jeremy Kennedy and Adam Gore with you for game number 2 of day number 3. This one an elimination game between the Co-Lin Wolves and the Northwest Mississippi Rangers. We had a great start to our day, a walk-off win in game number 1 as Gulf Coast punched their ticket to the Region 23 tournament with an 8-7 win over the Hines Eagles, and that included a little coattails for this one as Co-Lin and Northwest are both going to be in the Region 23 tournament now. We've got that tournament set, so quite frankly, the rest of this tournament, Adam, just for bragging rights and pride to win the state tournament.
It really is, of course. Now, you know, everybody wants to battle for that championship, so try to dig their way out of the loser's bracket to get that opportunity tomorrow. But as you said, I don't know if these coaches have told their teams yet, hey, you know, you're already in, you know, let's go out and have some fun, you know, or maybe they're telling them, hey, look, we got to win to get in, to get some of that momentum shifted to their side whenever it comes to Region 23 tournament next week.
This pregame show brought to you by Davis Ford. Visit davisfordsales.com or stop by 904 West Main Street in Fulton to pick out your next dream car, truck, or van from Davis Ford. Both teams will have their starting lineups announced in just a moment. We'll do that when they take the field. But obviously we enter into this day 3, and we've joked about it, and not so subtly, about the late night and how much softball this is, just the dragging of it. And you wonder if some of these teams now, if they know they're in, pressure's off, the stress is off, and you just start to see a little more fun and loose from both of these teams and the rest of the teams in this tournament.
Yeah, and like I said, again, it's going to be really interesting to see if the coaches have told their players the situation after the Region 23 tournament, you know, and how they react to that. But, you know, in the game of softball, there's a lot of pride, and they want to get out, and they want to give their best efforts. They want to come out and try to, you know, get this win again to shift momentum their way. But, yeah, that will be interesting to keep the eye on as we continue through the rest of this tournament. Of course, yeah, now if you're LSU Eunice, you just sit back and scout.
Yeah, no doubt you can do that and know where the tournament is set, and I think even the seeding has already been set as well. This is the second of 4 today. Third straight day we'll have 4 softball games. Coming up next will be Jones and ICC in the winner's bracket game, and then the Bulldogs of Gulf Coast will take on the winner of this game right here in our nightcap. Both starting lineups have been introduced over the PA, and Northwest, the home team, has now taken the field. Time now to bring you the Coca-Cola Bottling Works defensive alignment. First for the Rangers in left field, Sage Casca. The center fielder is Oakley Lauder. Right fielder is Layla Armstrong. Around the horn defensively on the infield, Molly Harris at third, Maddie Brower at short, Caitlyn Bednar at second, Kaylee Comer at first. Behind the dish is Michaela Helms, and in the circle for the Rangers in this elimination game is Megan Allen. A look at the Sonic stats for Megan Allen this year, making her 10th appearance, her 5th start. She's 2-2 on the year. She's pitched 23 2/3 innings, given up 37 hits, 29 runs, 21 earned. Here's the troubling stat, though, if you're Northwest. 20 walks, 19 strikeouts. She's given up 3 home runs and has a 6.21 ERA. She will deal with a lineup that hits .345 as a team, .411 on-base percentage, .532 slugging percentage, and 38 home runs. It will be Maddie Miller, Madeline Wilkinson, and Carlin Brobham 1, 2, and 3 to face Allen. A little different lineup for Malia Howard's squad today as Megan Allen delivers our First American National Bank opening pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Miller, the right fielder for the Wolves, hitting .370 on the year. No homers, 14 RBIs, .419 on base percentage, .462 slugging. As that pitch sails all the way to the back screen to even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, maybe a little too amped up here to start the contest. Wanting to come out and just assert your dominance early, and just that one got away from her.
That pitch sails high, 2 balls and a strike. It's a Co-Lin lineup that was kept at bay last night by Emily Robinson. You and I had that in our nightcap. It's a team that can really hit, but last night couldn't get the key hit a couple of times late. Searching for that in this one as that pitch stays low for ball 3. And Miller ahead of the count now, 3 balls and 1 strike. So it was Shelby Maxwell who had been the leadoff hitter for Co-Lin their first 2 games of the tournament. She drops all the way down to 7 as that one is shot into the screen left side for strike 2. And it's a little bit like what we saw in game 1. In fact, the hero for the Bulldogs of Gulf Coast, Christian Jones, got the walk-off to win it. She had been the number 3 hitter. Coach Long bumped her down because she had struggled, and it worked out. Co-Lin trying to get some of that same magic as Miller bounces back to Allen, and Allen will glove it and throw to first in time for out number 1, but it ended up getting Kaylee Comer over there at first base.
Yeah, and she's down, and hopefully she's okay as she is unable to put any weight on her foot as she comes out there. So let's take a break real quick and be back with more right after this.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Good to see Kaylee Comer up and moving around, smiling a bit after the injury, so she will stay in and play first base for the Rangers. So that will bring up Madeline Wilkinson, the left fielder for Co-Lin. Wilkinson hitting .396 on the year, 4 homers, 27 RBIs. She has a .448 on base percentage and a .595 slugging percentage. And Wilkinson had a hit last night in that game against ICC. Trying to get something started here in the top of the first inning. Allen able to get that pitch over for a strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, good location on there. And as we said, you know, if you can paint that inside corner against right-handed batters, these umpires all throughout the tournament have been pretty consistent with that fastball.
1-1, that one right down the pipe. Allen able to get ahead now. Wilkinson, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Always interested to see the defensive alignment for different teams. Right now, pretty straight away for Northwest as that 1-2 pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We've seen a lot of the center fielders, because we had a lot of right-handed hitters, shade towards left center field. But a couple of times the ball has been hit the other way. It has produced extra bases. And there's a shot back up the middle, and that's going to drop right in front of the center fielder, Oakley Lauder, for a 1-out single as Madison Wilkinson provides the game's first hit and base runner.
Yeah, just a good job going with the pitch that time. Ball actually took a weird hop away from the center fielder, but a good job of keeping it in front of her and not letting that one get away from her, allow the runner to advance.
Well, that will bring the big bopper in the lineup for Co-Lin, Carlin Brobham, the third baseman. .456 average, 14 homers, 52 runs batted in. She has a .500 on-base percentage, a .904 slugging percentage, and has proven herself to be very good at the hot corner as she takes the first pitch high and away for ball 1.
Yeah, she's had a really good tournament, really good season as well. Anticipate her to continue to have her great play today.
And Co-Lin, if they want to make a run in the region tournament next week, will certainly need her to be good. She rolls this one left side and up with it, and across the infield is Molly Harris in time for out number 1. Harris, a little hitch in the throwing motion, but she got it over there. And so Brabham is retired 5-3, but she does advance Wilkinson into scoring position.
Yeah, so now 2 out hitting. You know, that's what makes or breaks you throughout the regular season, and especially now in an elimination game like this. Every scoring opportunity you get, we've seen so far in that first game or throughout the tournament, has proven to be vital.
And now that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Abigail Carter, who was hitting in the 4 spot first game. She got dropped last night to 6, responded with an RBI single. She hits .314 on the year, 9 home runs, good for second on the team there, 20 RBIs, and she hits a pop-up left side that will get out of play.
Please return all foul balls.
She has a .421 on base percentage, .648 slugging, and also has 8 doubles. So got 17 extra base hits of her 33 this year. So she's got some pop in the bat. And Co-Lin looking for a 2-out base hit, as that one is going to get away, and that will move Wilkinson down to third base. So the wild pitch will give Co-Lin a chance to get a run home from third.
Saw that in the last game. Wild pitches came in to play a huge role there. That's a big one. Now a base hit can get things started here.
2-1 pitch to Carter. That was ripped left side, and that one's going to go off of Maddie Brower. Run is going to score. Everybody's safe, and Co-Lin leads it 1-0.
Well, that's what we said. You know, get runners in scoring position and find a way to get them across. And to go with the error on the play up there. So an E6 allows the run to score.
So Carter on first base. Co-Lin does get the run home as Brower just couldn't field it, and that pitch hits Sarah Blanchard, the designated player, on the foot. And so Blanchard hit by a pitch, and Megan Allen all of a sudden.
Now batting number 0, Molly.
Yeah, I think that one caught her on the ankle bone.
Yeah.
Like, you see when she went to push off and take that first step, her foot, which wasn't there for her. And as somebody that suffered plenty of ankle injuries, yeah, you take something like that, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, especially with Allen coming in with a 55 or so mile-an-hour fastball. So Blanchard is at first base, the designated player. And now the batter is Molly Johnson, the second baseman. Blanchard able to push off and jog a little bit on that foul ball, so that's good to see. Carter out there at second, reached on an error. Blanchard at first base. She was the game 1 starter for Co-Lin in this tournament against Pearl River. Did a terrific job there. And was the DP last night, DP today. Johnson hitting in the 6th spot, playing second base for Co-Lin. Takes a breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike now. Wolves already with a run in, trying to capitalize on an error and an HBP to add another. That one in the dirt again, and now Allen in danger of having the bases loaded with the ever-dangerous Shelby Maxwell on deck. Johnson on the year, .340 average, 1 homer, 9 runs batted in. She has a .365 on base percentage, .440 slugging percentage, as that pitch is in there for a strike, 3-2. So the count is now full with 2 outs. Runners are going to be on the move. So big pitch here for Allen, trying to minimize the damage. Full count pitch. There go the runners. High fly ball to center field. This one's going to hang up. Oakley Lauder is there, and she will make the catch for out number 3. Co-Lin gets a run on a hit, an error, and 2 left on base. To the bottom of the first we go. 1-0 Wolves. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's going to stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
This cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser cheeser, only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
That's home. They're just like the Ravens. They're just like Pahota, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from them, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Little Woman Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Little Woman Community College is the best story here.
Today is number 9, Sarah Blanchard. Blanchard making her 19th appearance, 19th start. She's 14-3 on the year with 13 complete games. She will face Sage Koska to lead things off. And first pitch in there for a call strike. The stats on Blanchard brought to you by Sonic. She's pitched 103 2/3 innings this year, giving up 62 hits, 35 runs, 22 earned, 29 walks, 92 strikeouts. She's given up 5 home runs and has a 1.49 ERA.
Yeah, tried to surprise him with a bunt right there. Rolls foul. 0-2 now goes to count.
Yes, Koska doesn't typically bunt because these stats are as eye-popping as they get for her. 471 average, 14 homers, 56 runs batted in. Single season leader in both of those categories. She has a 504 on base percentage, a 975 slugging percentage. Pops this one up, and right behind us, foul. And when I say right behind us, I mean literally right behind us.
Hit the concrete behind us in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth.
Sage Koska will lead it off, followed by Maddie Broward, and then Molly Harris. Left field, shortstop, and third base for the Rangers. The 0-2 pitch, this one ripped left side. That's down for a base hit. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Koska will stroll in with a leadoff stand-up double, her 15th double of the year, and the Rangers have a runner in scoring position.
Big hit there to start the contest, especially when you saw Co-Lin put a run on the board in the top half of the inning. You want to grab momentum back quickly your way, and Koska doing that there with a big hit.
Boy, she can rake, can she not?
Man, she's good.
That was a bullet in the left center field. So we talked about with Abigail Carter, 17 of her 33 hits this year have been for extra bases. Well, that was the 57th hit for Sage Koska. She has 14 homers, now 15 doubles. That's 29, 2 triples. 31 of her 57 hits have been for extra bases.
That's impressive.
And this one is ripped left side foul. Maddie Brower will now step in. She hits 444 on the year, 8 homers, 36 RBIs. She has a 484, I beg your pardon, on base percentage, 726 slugging percentage. Northwest can really hit. They've struggled this year in the circle. They've struggled a little bit defensively, but it has not come at the plate. And so Blanchard, who has eye-popping numbers in the circle, will have to keep it down and be good. Try to navigate through this lineup.
And that's what Northwest does. I mean, they just try to out-muscle you at the plate. And as you said, their strengths are not pitching, but that will come in recruiting in time. But, yeah, you know, they're getting out there. When their bats are hot, they can hit with some of the best teams in the state.
Led by Chelsea Bramble, assisted by Dustin Young. 19-15 are the Rangers this year, as this one is sent out down the left field line, foul. And Brower down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, Co-Lin 28-8, coached by Malia Howard, assisted by Amber Beal and Drake Flowers. Both of these teams will head to Eunice, Louisiana next week for the Region 23 tournament.
It'll be a fun ride.
1-2 pitch, and that one popped left side and will hit the dugout. You enjoy yourself in South Louisiana.
Well, I was going to see if you wanted to go.
I'll be doing some baseball tonight and tomorrow, and then we'll see next week. Because I have a feeling I'm probably not done seeing you at some point this year.
You're probably right.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Maddie Brower, the shortstop for the Rangers, trying to advance Sage Koska, who had a leadoff double in the left center field gap. The 1-2, and that one grounded third base side foul. So the battle continues between Brower and Blanchard.
Yeah, this is what makes Northwest dangerous. And we've talked about, teams like Jones, Pearl Rivers, basically everybody. When you strike somebody out in this league, you've got to earn it, because more often than not, you're going to look at pitch counts going to 8, 9 pitches before you find that strikeout.
The 1-2 pitch, and this time it's sent out and foul and hits the light pole.
And a bird come falling out as well, as it's going to fly away now. But, yeah, they say every time you come to the ballpark, you're going to see something you haven't seen before, and that was actually pretty unique. Haven't seen that here.
A little different take on light tower power, but
yeah,
Brower does have a lot of power in that bat.
And she pissed off a bird at the same time.
She's second on the team with 8 home runs. That light post freaked me out, wobbling back and forth yesterday during the rain delay.
Yeah,
First time I've done all the games I've done here. It's the first time I had seen it do that, and it was a little unsettling, quite frankly.
Yeah, that storm, when it came through with purpose and made for an adventurous day yesterday.
Rise ball is high for ball 2. Brower laid off of it. And this is a really good at bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brower, no matter what happens, she's done her job and has given Molly Harris and Michaela Helms, who follows Harris, plenty to see from Sarah Blanchard. 2-2 offering. Popped left side foul. We will do it again.
Keep it going, and that's what you got to do. Keep battling, see if you can find a way to win this at-bat here, especially with your teammate who just absolutely blistered a double to get in scoring position. Want to find her a way to get around the bases here and tie this contest.
The 2-2 pitch from Blanchard, and that one is fouled at home plate.
And we'll do it again.
Yeah, this is just a really good at bat by Maddie Brower. One of the better hitting shortstops in our league. 444 on the season. Third on the team in doubles with 9. The 2-2, swing and a miss, where Blanchard finally won the battle, took something off of it, elevated it, and Brower goes down swinging for the first out of the inning.
That's really the first time she attacked up in the zone since the first couple of pitches that time, and basically lulled her to sleep and finally said, all right, let's try to see what she'll do when I send this one a little high out of the strike zone.
Molly Harris, the third baseman, will step in. 439 average, 4 homers, 17 runs batted in. She has a .500 on-base percentage and a .754 slugging percentage. Trying to move Koska, who got that leadoff double. First pitch is high for ball 1.
Yeah, Koska been on second for quite a while out there, especially after that last at-bat. But once again, just got to find a way to get her home.
Yeah, that's the only disappointing thing about Brower's at bat if you're Northwest. It was a good at bat, but she didn't advance Koska to third. As Blanchard misses with that pitch outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
But they're playing her pretty much straight away defensively, or about as straight as way we've seen this entire tournament, because usually center fielders are offset to the screen left for those that are watching, and this is pretty much just straight away.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Shelby Maxwell playing a little deeper in center than we've seen also, and Co-Lin has chosen to go sort of straight up, and everybody else kind of shading for sure. Not sure during that meeting in the circle, Malia Howard came and had a conversation with home plate umpire, and there's a noisemaker inside that Northwest dugout. They brought a lot of different props and things to kind of just get themselves going. They were just kind of banging it against that dugout in there, and umpires say, you can have your fun, but, you know, the noise has got to stop. So we'll see how that works and if Northwest decides to essentially troll umpires and scream the entire time today.
Sounds like that's what they're going to do.
This one grounded right side, and Johnson is up with it and throws to first in time for out number 2. Nice job by Blanchard after falling behind 2-0 to get the ground out. Koska does advance over to third base, but now there are 2 outs in the inning. Michaela Helms, the catcher, will come to the plate. Helms hitting .417 on the year, 1 home run, 31 runs batted in. She has a .495 on base percentage, .583 slugging percentage. Trying to come up with a 2-out hit to tie it here in the first. This one popped left side. It's going to hang up. Bromham Undren and will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So the leadoff double goes for naught for Northwest as Blanchard pitches around it. After 1, it's 1-0 Wolves. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renaissance, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And from my family, Roll Tide!
Top of the second, 1-0 Co-Lin on top. They'll have 7, 8, and 9 to face Megan Allen. Good job by Sarah Blanchard. Gave up the leadoff double to Sage Koska. All she does is hit, and then a strikeout, ground out, and a pop out ended the threat. Allen struggled a bit this year. She's also battled through a lot of injuries. That has a big part, or plays a big part in some of her struggles this year, but she's done a nice job battling. She's fought through and pitched a lot here in this tournament. Dealing with a good lineup here, and Shelby Maxwell, who has been the leadoff hitter for Co-Lin, had been moved down to the 7th spot. And now we've got another delay.
Umpire meeting over there at third base.
Not sure what that was about, but it seems like everything is okay. So Maxwell will step in. .354 hitter, 1 homer, 13 RBIs, .408 on base percentage, .460 slugging percentage. Really tough night last night against Emily Robinson of ICC, and takes the first pitch high for ball 1. And you and I did that game last night. You kind of a couple times, Malia Howard, when Shelby Maxwell would come up in a big spot, just trying to talk to her, and just unfortunately for her, Maxwell just couldn't get that hit. So thought it better to be prudent and drop her down to the lineup a bit, maybe take some pressure off. And as I mentioned earlier, Christian Jones for Gulf Coast did the same thing Coach Long did for her. It worked out with a walk-off single to win the game.
Yeah, it worked out great. And I mean, and you like that because, that kid probably looked at the lineup and it's like, man, I've been sucking it up. Coach don't believe in me. You get that opportunity, step up, and come up clutch for the team in that situation.
Yeah, Maxwell ahead of the count now, 3 balls and no strikes. 10 for 10 at stolen bases this year, so they could use her speed over there at first if she's able to get a leadoff walk out of this at-bat, and does as Allen misses with 4 straight out of the zone. It's the first walk issued by Allen, second free pass, and the Wolves have a leadoff runner.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Find a way to get on base, especially if you're starting off the inning, whether it be a hit, walk, get hit by a pitch, and especially if you're a speedy runner like Co-Lin has. So now that gives Co-Lin a lot of different options. They want to go in the attack here to see if they can get that insurance run.
Bailey Jackson will step to the plate, first baseman for Co-Lin. Jackson saw some action last night, hitting .294 on the year. No homers, 2 RBIs. Seen her a little bit in this tournament. As Coach Howard for Co-Lin goes through the signs. I mentioned Maxwell over there, 10 for 10 stolen bases. Co-Lin 63 of 70, so they will run. Pitch is high for ball 1.
Again, it's going to be interesting. We talked about it. Both these teams already in the Region 23 tournament. Do they get aggressive on the base pass today? Do they try to keep it simple and, just ease through the day as they go?
In at the corners for the Rangers. That pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike. And as Allen beginning to labor a bit with her control. That's been the issue. Came in with more walks than strikeouts. Needs to pump one in the zone here and does, and gets a foul ball back to the screen from Jackson. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Co-Lin first baseman. As Allen tries to navigate around a leadoff walk. Her team trailing 1-0. The 2-2, that one is high for ball 3. So again, another 3-ball count. And this, as we talked about Northwest, kind of been their issue. They can really hit. We've talked about their hitters at the top of the lineup. They just got to find an ability to get some outs and pitch a little better in the circle. Full count pitch, and that one is fouled back behind us. As Jackson will stay alive. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming. Jackson will be followed by Molly Davis, the shortstop, batting 9th. So the lineup could turn over here in this inning. And that pitch is inside in the dirt for ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued by Allen. And that will put runners at first and second, nobody out for the aforementioned Molly Davis.
Yeah, nice patient at bat that time. Again, finding your way on here for Co-Lin, just being patient and waiting for that timely hit. That's what Co-Lin does. I mean, they just kind of just lull you through a ball game, then all of a sudden they'll just rattle off 2 or 3 big hits, and the next thing you know, they've put 6 runs on the board in a blink of an eye.
Molly Davis hitting .245 on the year, no homers, 3 runs batted in. She has a .288 on base percentage, .245 slugging percentage, and we're going to get a meeting inside the circle after that first pitch out of the strike zone as Chelsea Bramlett is going to come out there and have a conversation with Megan Allen.
Yeah, just trying to get her settled down here, get her refocused on where she wants to hit and locate these pitches in this situation. Is maybe just laboring a little bit, thinking a little bit too much about it right now.
Yeah, and obviously if you're Co-Lin, you want to take advantage of this spot. A couple of walks, put 2 in scoring position. Lineup's going to flip over. And that's one of the things I've talked about a lot. Don and I had this conversation in game 1 today. When you can see a pitcher more, get a feel for what she wants to do. Got such an advantage as a hitter. You want to flip that lineup over as much as possible. That pitch is downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. They will appeal late, and they'll say that Molly Davis did check her swing. Shallow in left field is Koska. Bunt not on that time, and the pitch is inside for strike 1. A little surprised they took the bunt off there, but maybe with Allen's control issues, Coach Howard thought he could take the walk instead. Now 2-1, see if she keeps the bunt on. She does, and it's bunted foul right behind home plate, so that will even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Allen with a chance now to get a strikeout, which would be big for her and her team, trying to get that first out of the inning.
Yeah, just got to find that out. Get a little bit of that monkey off your back there, but right now a lot of pressure on the Rangers. See the infield in this situation, anticipating the bunt, and if you can get something hit hard right back at the second baseman, they can get by them. That's going to score a run.
2-2 pitch to Davis, and she slaps this one down the left field line, foul. So you can imagine with 2 strikes, probably not going to keep the bunt on. And so now if you're Davis, as you mentioned it, kind of go with the pitch, probably going to get pitched on the outside corner. And with everybody in, if you could hit that on the dirt and bounce it right over the third baseman's head, that would go a long way. Instead, she's going to roll over the right side, fielded there at second base by Bednar, and a flip to first in time for out number 1. So Davis doesn't get credit for the sacrifice, but it works like a bunt, and it moves 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, so a productive out there for Co-Lin, and that's what they were looking for. Either A, sneak one through the infield that was in that time, or B, just get the runners advance safely. She did a good job of going to the right side of the field where the only play was to go to first.
Maddie Miller will step in now, top of the order for Co-Lin. 0 for 1, grounded out to Allen to lead things off. 14 RBIs for Miller, primarily has hit in the 2 spot. And she slaps this one down the left field line, well foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. A walk to Shelby Maxwell to lead things off. A walk to Bailey Jackson. And this one is popped up on the infield. And Brower under it and will make the catch. Boy, what a nice pitch by Allen and a huge out recorded there. Runners will have to stay at second and third. 2 down now in the second.
Yeah, good job. We talked about those 2 leadoff walks. She looked like she was rattled a little bit. Her coach comes out and talks to her, and it seems like everybody, I don't know why you don't go out and talk to them every time. But as soon as you go out there, calm them down, say, hey, look, let's get refocused. They come out, lights out, and able to get out of the jam.
We'll bring up Madeline Wilkinson, the left fielder for the Wolves. 1 for 1 with a single her first time to the plate. Looking for a big hit here to drive in 2 and extend this lead. That one misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wilkinson trying to be a table setter for the best hitter that the Wolves have in Carlin Brobham. And this one is sent out into right field. It's going to hang up enough, and the catch will be made by Layla Armstrong. And Megan Allen pitches around 2 walks to start the inning, and the Wolves leave runners in scoring position. To the bottom of the second we go. 1-0 Wolves on top. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best star here.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Co-Lin with 2 on and 1 out, but Megan Allen able to pitch around it, puts up a 0. Now the Rangers will get a chance to tie or take the lead here in the bottom of the second. Kaylee Comer, Caitlyn Bednar, and Meredith Owen. First base, second base, a designated player will step in to face Sarah Blanchard, who was solid in that first inning, gave up a leadoff double to Sage Koska, and then retired the next 3 to preserve the 1-0 lead. Elimination game, but both of these teams will be moving on to the Region 23 tournament next week in Eunice. So this one, as we talked about in our open, Adam, just kind of about pride and maybe also, too, trying to try some things if you're the coaches. I'll be curious to see some of these lineups the next day or so and what they're thinking and also what they do with their pitching staffs as Blanchard fires that pitch in there for a strike 1-1.
Yeah, I think for the teams right now, the rest of the way out, it's just about momentum. You know, try to find these batters that may be struggling a little bit, figure out a way for them to get hot and get some confidence heading into that region tournament. Because if you get hot at the right time, we've seen it so many times through all sports. You get hot at the right time, you can go on a big run, and if you can make your run to the Nationals, you know, that's big for your squad.
Comer hitting .392 on the year. 2-1. That one in there for a strike, 2-2. 6 home runs, 27 RBIs, third on the team in dingers, .449 on base percentage, .660 slugging percentage. Looking to get things started for the Rangers here in the second. 2-2. Grounded right back up the middle. Knocked down by Blanchard over to Brobham and makes a strong throw across the infield in time to retire Comer for out number 1. What a nice play over there by Brobham. Talk about her bat a lot, but showing off a little defensive prowess there for the first out of the inning.
And that was not easy whatsoever. The ball deflected away, and you had the pitcher actually charging at the ball, so she had to not only barehand that, but adjust. So when she did have that throwing lane that she wouldn't be throwing into her pitcher to be able to get the out, and got it by half a step. So very impressive defensive effort.
The old regular 1-5-3 double play, ground out, I beg your pardon. And this will bring up Caitlyn Bednar, the second baseman for the Rangers. Bednar hitting .360 on the year, 7 home runs, 36 runs batted in. .395 on base percentage, .676 slugging percentage. Bednar second on the team in doubles with 12. Takes that pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. Blanchard really painting the outside corner with that one. Late tailing movement. Bednar gave up on it. And a good job by the catcher, Abigail Carter, to frame it. The 1-2 pitch, shot down the right field line, foul. And that one coming hot for Dustin Young over there at first base.
Yeah, he's thought about making a play on it, put his hand up to grab it, and then last second was like, no, that's coming a lot harder than anticipated.
Yeah, the exit velocity on that one a little too high. Bednar looking to get something started for Northwest here in the second. Looking at a 1-2 pitch from Blanchard. And this one ripped left side for a base hit. That was well struck. First hit of the inning for Northwest. Bednar able to get to first, be a runner for the Rangers. Second hit off of Blanchard this afternoon, and that will bring up Meredith Owen, the designated player.
You know, we talked about it earlier, how Co-Lin's bats can wake up at any time. The same thing with this Northwest team. So, you know, don't be surprised if we see a couple of just maybe 1 or 2 innings on down this contest here where you see a 3, 4, or 5 spot put on the board by either one of these teams.
Well, we talked about the Rangers. That is certainly their MO. They are really strong offensively. And now Owen will step in, .324 average, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in, .385 on base percentage, .521 slugging. It's a team that doesn't run a ton compared to the other teams we've seen in this tournament, 59 out of 64. And over there at first, Bednar, only 5 attempts all year. She's successful on all of them, but not exactly a candidate to really take off. So Owen going to step in and takes that pitch high for ball 2. Not the slapper kind. You can tell by the defensive alignment. Everybody back, particularly that middle infield. 2-0 pitch from Blanchard. That one's in there for a strike, 2-1.
Yeah, great pitch that time. Looking for that outside corner. Got it. Even if the batter would have had a chance to put the bat on the ball, it would have just been a foul ball.
Big gap in left center field if Owen can go the opposite way. In there for a strike. Borderline pitch. Blanchard got the call. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, look, the home plate umpire had a little bit of a hard time making up his mind if he wanted to call that one a strike and come up with a delayed call.
One on, one out for Northwest here in the bottom of the second. The 2-2 just missed. There goes the runner. The throw down to second base is not in time. So Bednar with her 6th stolen base of the year, and that moves a runner into scoring position.
Very close one there. Tough to take, but did so, and now's got a runner in scoring position here.
So Owen will look at a full count offering from Blanchard, and that one sails to the back of the net, and that will get Bednar over to third base. Owen down to first as she draws the full count walk. First walk issued by Blanchard, and now the Rangers have runners at the corners, and Blanchard's going to have a conversation with her head coach, Malia Howard, inside the circle.
Yeah, just once again, just trying to come out, get her to settle down, focus a little bit better. You know, make sure the catcher and the pitcher is on the same page. Looked like it wasn't any type of miscommunication, just a pitch that just rose away from the batter and the catcher, got away, but now I want to make sure defense also on the same page with the first and third situation and one out here.
Well, Blanchard got ahead of Caitlyn Bednar 1-2. Made a mistake and got too much of the plate. Bednar made her pay with a line shot into left field for a base hit. And then, quite frankly, from that point forward, just kind of lost her control. Issued a walk to Meredith Owen, and then that wild pitch right there moved Bednar over to third base. And I think that's what Coach Howard wants to do, is just calm things down and make sure that everybody understands where they want to go. Also, too, if where the ball is hit. Runners at the corners, and this is an absolute sermon in the circle.
The umpire walked out there, broke him up, and stood out there a little bit longer as well. So really surprised he let them conversate that long.
Yeah. Well, nobody in blue on the infield ought to be confused about what they want to do. That was a long enough conversation for sure. So now that will bring up Oakley Lauder, the center fielder for Northwest, with runners at the corners, trying to tie this game up, hitting .258 on the year, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. And that first pitch misses low for ball 1.
Yeah, another tough pitch to hang off of, but these Northwest batters look like they're dialed in pretty good right now, seeing where these balls are going and understanding the pitcher's struggling a little bit, so some of those pitches off the plate ain't necessarily going her way.
1-0 pitch popped up right side of the infield, and under it is Bailey Jackson for the out, and that is a huge pitch there. Good job by Blanchard as Lauder got underneath it. 2 outs in the inning, and now Blanchard a chance to get out of this unscathed.
Once again, it goes back to what we're talking about. We've seen it all throughout this tournament, and it's when the coaches come out there to settle down their pitchers, they seem to settle them down and they get them out of a jam.
Layla Armstrong, who has been at that leadoff spot now, to the plate, and she bloops this one. Will it hang up enough? Yes, it will. Out into center field. Shelby Maxwell squeezes it, and just like that, Blanchard off the hook. Another 0 put up for the Rangers in the inning. To the top of the third we go. 1-0 Co-Lin on top. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tats right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
After 2, it's 1-0 Co-Lin. Megan Allen out for her third inning of work. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Co-Lin. Carlin Brobham, Abigail Carter, and Sarah Blanchard. Blanchard had dug herself into a hole there, issued a couple of walks in that inning, and found herself first and third, 1 out. Got out of it, though, with a pop out and a fly out. So Allen will face the best hitter for Co-Lin for the second time, starting to work her way through the middle of the order for the second time. Brobham 0 for 1 with a ground out back in the first inning. Talked about those numbers for her. 14 homers, 52 RBIs, hitting over .450 on the year. 23 of her 52 hits for extra bases. She's got 9 doubles, which is second on the team. As that pitch misses away, 3 balls and no strikes. And so Allen, who has struggled with her control a bit here in this tournament, in danger of issuing a leadoff walk, and there it is. So Carlin Brobham down to first base. It's the third walk issued by Allen, and that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Abigail Carter.
Well, again, we see Co-Lin being very patient at the plate, earning their way on base, especially these leadoff batters, doing a really good job of giving them the opportunity to build on this 1-0 lead.
Carter takes the first pitch inside for ball one. She reached on an error her first time up to the shortstop, Maddie Brower. Carter hitting .314, 9 homers, 20 runs batted in. Rips this one left side to Brower, to second for one, to first, not in time, as Carter was able to beat that one out.
That was really close, though.
A good turn over there between Browder and the second baseman, Kaylee Bednar. And so Northwest does get an out and the lead runner. And that will bring up the pitcher, Sarah Blanchard. Hit by a pitch her first time to the plate. Takes it. First offering from Allen on the outside corner for a strike. Second elimination game of the day. Gulf Coast walked off Hines 8-7 early, and that's the second time Blanchard has been hit, and I don't think she was too pleased. No. Blanchard heads down to first base. Kind of understand that. Don't like to be hit.
She took an extended run into the outfield, and a good job by the first base coach over there at Co-Lin. Just kind of grabbed her by the helmet, not, fussing at her or anything, but just looking her in the eyes, get her to calm down in that situation, saying, look, we need a clear head right now. Don't let that get to you.
Fourth free pass issued by Allen. 2 walks, 2 HBPs. That will bring up Johnson to the plate, and she chops this left side, and Harris, again, able to throw across in time. And, well, that hitch before she throws kind of throws you off a little bit. It does advance both runners, so Co-Lin, again, has 2 on with 2 outs, and both in scoring position, but can Shelby Maxwell come through? Walked her first plate appearance, and can the Wolves get that hit with runners in scoring position?
That pitch missing outside, but yeah, got to find that clutch hit as Northwest sending a pitcher to the bullpen down there, but it comes a point in time where you just got to choke up here and find a way to get one through.
Maxwell, 350 hitter. And that one downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. And you and I discussed it, last inning when Co-Lin left a couple on. They just have really struggled with runners in scoring position in this tournament. Did so last night against ICC. That had a huge part in their losing that one. And today they've had a couple of chances and so far haven't been able to knock one in. As that pitch is over for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Co-Lin center fielder, Shelby Maxwell. This one ripped left side, off the glove of Harris. It's going to roll to Brower at short. Everybody's safe. It's an RBI single for Shelby Maxwell, and Co-Lin takes a 2-0 lead.
That's what we said. It's eventually you just got to find a way to get one through and hit it hard enough that the infield was in, couldn't make a solid play on it. Ball pinballed around, was able to get that run across.
14th run batted in for Maxwell on the year. Runners at the corners now, with 2 down, and that will bring up Bailey Jackson, the first baseman. Blanchard over there at third as Abigail Carter scored. No balls and a strike. Jackson walked her first time to the plate. And there goes the runner down to second base. Maxwell will take it. No throw from Michaela Helms, and Co-Lin now again 2 runners in scoring position. But Jackson behind at the count, 0-2.
Yeah, smart play by the catcher that time. Popped up, made that strong fake like she was going to throw, then looked the runner back to third.
That one low, gets away from Helms, but not far enough to score Blanchard at third.
Just hit it with her helmet versus her glove on a live ball.
So the Wolves trying to get that big 2-out hit and really extend here as Allen continues to labor. And that one outside, ball 2. So Carlin Brobham walked. Sarah Blanchard was hit. Shelby Maxwell walked. So 2 walks and an HBP. 3 free passes have been given to the Co-Lin Wolves in this inning. That breaking pitch stays high, and now from 0-2 to 3-2 as Allen continues to struggle to throw strikes.
And again, credit these Co-Lin batters. They just haven't been chasing bad pitches, and they've been very patient, even behind in the counts.
Full count offering to the number 8 hitter for the Co-Lin Wolves. And this one is popped up behind home plate and hits right on the top of the press box and rolls behind us. First time, I think, all tournament with all the foul balls, we've had one hit directly on top of the press box.
I believe you're correct on that one. And we had one hit make it through the netting last night that hit in front of us, but
yeah,
as for on top of us, no, because that one was loud.
Yeah, over the netting and right in front of the glass here. Another full count pitch. That one rolled to home plate. Ball 4. So Jackson on for the second time via the walk. Third walk in this inning, 4th free pass, and that might be it for Megan Allen.
I believe it is. I think they made the signal down to the bullpen, so we will have that pitching change.
Well, while Northwest will bring in a new pitcher, we will step aside. 2-0 in the third. Back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
New pitcher for the Northwest Rangers, number 16, Kaylee Peterson. All pitching changes brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. I'll give you a look at some Sonic stats on Peterson in just a moment. She will face Molly Davis, the shortstop, 0 for 1 with a ground out and a chance for a base hit and to really open some things up. The numbers on Peterson, her 27th appearance, 8-8 on the year. She's thrown 10 complete games, 117 and a third innings pitched as that pitch misses outside for ball 1. 168 hits, 114 runs, 89 earned, 29 walks, 83 strikeouts. She's given up 28 home runs on the year and has a 5.31 ERA. This one rolled up the third base side foul, and Davis behind the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boy, Peterson can get a strikeout or just an out in general here and limit the damage. Would give her team a chance here. With the way they swing it, no lead is comfortable for Northwest. There's a swing and a miss, and Peterson does exactly that. A very timely Renaissance Bank strikeout. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Visit RenaissanceBank.com. Co-Lin gets 1 run, but leaves the bases loaded. To the bottom of the third, we go 2-0 Wolves. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Bottom of the third we go. 2-0 is your score. Co-Lin on top, trying to stay alive here in the state softball tournament. already punching their ticket along with the Northwest Rangers for next week's Region 23 tournament. Winner of this one will get the Mississippi Gulf Coast Bulldogs in tonight's nightcap. Next game up is going to be the winner's bracket game between, I would say, inarguably the two best teams in the league, the Jones Bobcats and the ICC Indians. Adam Gore will have that for you. I'll be across campus doing some postseason baseball as the Indians are going to take on the Gulf Coast Bulldogs at Roy Crescent Field. Top of the order for the Rangers. Second time through, Sage Koska will step in and looks at that pitch low and away for ball 2. Koska led off the game with the double to left center field but was left stranded. .471 hitter coming into today. That was her 15th double of the season. As that pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. And talking to Brian Lentz, the sports information director at Northwest, said she's coming back next year from right up the road in South Haven. Already has her name all over the Northwest record books, and I would imagine she's going to basically dot it next year. And there's another hit right on cue, back up the middle, her second hit of the day. And the leadoff runner aboard for the Rangers in the third.
Here's the thing, Lentz keeps talking about she's coming back next year, She keeps playing this hot in postseason play. There's going to be some teams out there that's going to be able to see her and be like, hey, we need somebody that can swing a bat, and she's a pretty good candidate doing so.
Yeah, she is. By the way, that sound you hear is Brian Lentz sending you a text telling you to please shut up about that. No, you're right about that. She is incredibly talented. I'll be very curious to see what her next level recruitment looks like, because she can absolutely hammer the softball. Speaking of a person who can hammer the softball, Maddie Brower, the shortstop, to the plate for the Rangers. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, the only strikeout victim for Blanchard on the day. And that pitch in the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, something about that Region 23 tournament that a lot of people forget about. It's a great exposure tournament because you look, it's down there at Eunice, so you're going to have schools like SELA, your Lafayette's, Monroe, and teams like that are on that level that are going to look for players like this that can make a big difference in their program.
Yeah, a lot of Louisiana schools, a lot of South Mississippi schools, Texas, Alabama for sure. As that pitch misses outside, and suddenly Sarah Blanchard has struggled with her control. Brower, a .444 hitter. This is the really dangerous part of the lineup. Northwest is good 1 through 9, but they can really hit in that top 3-4 spot. See if Blanchard gives in. She does, right down the middle for a called strike. Koska only 7 stolen base attempts all year. She was successful on all of them, so probably not going to put her in motion here, although a good hit and run candidate with Brower at the plate. Koska not going, and the 3-1 pitch is inside. That'll be ball 4, and so Brower coaxes a walk. That's the second walk issued by Blanchard, and now the Rangers have 2 on with nobody out.
Yeah, both these pitchers have been flirting with disaster all day today, walking a lot of batters, especially early on with 1 or 2 out or 1 or no outs in the innings, and that's what the situation is right now for the Rangers. But can they find a way to come through? Finally, Co-Lin was able to get a hard hit that deflected off the third baseman to push across a run. Rangers have yet to have that big hit in the contest.
Yeah, it'll bring up Molly Harris, the third baseman. Harris, another one of those really talented hitters, .439 on the year, 4 home runs, 17 runs batted in. 0 for 1 with a ground out. She advanced Koska last time to third base, where she was ultimately stranded in the first. And that first one in there for a strike on the outside corner. So after the entire infield, minus the catcher, Abigail Carter, goes out and has a meeting with Blanchard in the circle, she comes out and pumps in a strike. We saw Megan Allen actually do a good job of being able to limit some damage. Peterson came in, inherited the bases loaded and limited damage. Now, Co-Lin's hoping that Sarah Blanchard can do the same. 0-1, that one downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, good eye that time. A tough pitch to hang off of as it bottom out the last second. Just a little bit too much for the umpire's liking.
Big pitch here. Don't want to go 2-1 and have to give in to Harris. The 1-1. That one in there for a strike for a 1-2 count. And boy, Harris did not like that one at all. Went with the off speed, went away from the righty, got the corner. And so now Blanchard ahead of the count. Looking for her first out recorded of the inning. 1-2, grounded left side. Brabham's going to glove it and step on the bag in time to retire Koska. So Harris reaches on the fielder's choice, but the Wolves get the lead runner and record the first out of the inning. So that will bring up Michaela Helms, the catcher for Northwest, batting in the cleanup spot. Another hitter with an eye-popping average of .417. She's got 31 RBIs on the year. Fourth on the team in that category. And first pitch from Blanchard is in there for a strike. Helms 0 for 1, popped out to Brabham at third base. Her first time up to end the first inning. Watches that pitch sail high for ball one. Boy, every pitch you just get the sense from Blanchard is a struggle. There's some laboring out there. That's what Northwest does to you. The 1-1, beautiful breaking pitch, and Helms, I feel like, was sitting on it. She waited, just simply missed it, and Blanchard able to get that one over. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, maybe trying to do a little bit too much with that pitch that time versus just going with it and putting it in play and trying to see if you couldn't, like she was trying to pull a little bit more left than just going with the pitch.
The 1-2, and a defensive swing by Helms, but she's able to stay alive as she fouls it off the screen. So Blanchard, a strikeout pitcher, but only 1 so far today, the first time through, and now working for the second time against the Rangers cleanup hitter. Gives you an idea of just how talented this Northwest lineup is, simply just putting the ball on the bat. Blanchard came in with a better than 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And that one is chopped foul right side, 92-29. She has issued a couple of walks, but does have a strikeout. So she's right at 3-to-1 now. 93 strikeouts on the year, 31 walks. Helms trying to knock in a runner in scoring position, get the Rangers on the board. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on a fastball middle in. Just tied her up. Second strikeout for Blanchard. All strikeouts brought to you by Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Visit renaissancebank.com.
Yeah, big time strikeout there. And again, these pitchers are doing such a good job of just a Houdini act today, just working their way out of a jam. Even just, it's impressive, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to come up with a little bit more to describe it there. But yeah, it's just one of those situations where you look at it, you're like, okay, here comes that big inning. Here comes that big inning. Time to, lift the pitcher in this case. And again, they just find a way out of the jam.
They'll bring up Kaylee Comer, the first baseman, 0 for 1. Grounded out her first time up, 1-5-3 ground out. Was hit to the right of Blanchard and then bounced off of her and ended up in the glove of Brabham, and she was able to make a throw over. So Rangers trying to get a 2-out hit now. Don't want to waste 2 on, nobody out. Need a hit, and there's a swing and a miss on a nice off-speed pitch, kind of a sweeping little slider, if you will. And Comer behind 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Northwest needs a big hit here. Comer hitting .392 on the year. 4th on the team in homers. The 1-2 pitch inside, ball 2. And
actually hit her is what he said.
Yeah, Comer's going to head down to first base. We didn't really get a whole lot of conviction from our home plate umpire. And so she's going to go down there. So that's an HBP. Usually you kind of get a little more flamboyance and a little more action from your home plate umpire in a situation like that. So that's going to go as the first hit batter of the day issued by Blanchard. Third free pass. And now the bases are loaded for Caitlyn Bednar, the second baseman for the Rangers. 1 for 1 with a single to left her last time up in the second. And there's a pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
Well, again, flirting with disaster. That's kind of the name of the game today is, and we saw the previous inning. Co-Lin was able to come up with a big-time hit with 2 outs and bases loaded. Northwest needs to eventually find an answer, and right now be an opportune time.
Bednar tied for second on the team in RBIs. And, boy, that pitch called a strike low and away. And I got to tell you, if she gets that pitch, good luck if you're a right-handed hitter. So Blanchard trying to work out of the jam here. Bases loaded, 2 down, the 0-2 pitch. That one in the dirt, and good job by Carter to block it up. As that will chase Brower back to third base. The 1-2, swing and a miss, and Sarah Blanchard works out of the jam again. Her third strikeout of the day, and that will retire the side. No runs for Northwest again. After 3, it's 2-0 Wolves. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Gee willikers, this Coca-Cola Zero Sugar tastes mighty delicious.
Come on, buddy. It has 0 sugar.
But it tastes great.
Let's take the breakables away. If you keep lying like this, you'll be a puppet forever.
But it's the honest truth.
You'll never be a real boy.
No, it's no lie.
You're right. It's delicious.
Told you. I never lie.
To the top of the fourth we go. Co-Lin leads at 2-0 after the third Renaissance Bank strikeout by Sarah Blanchard. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Visit RenaissanceBank.com. Rangers had the bases loaded. They had 2 on, nobody out. Got the bases loaded with 2 outs, and then Sarah Blanchard made a great pitch to get Caitlyn Bednar swinging. And there's a first pitch swinging here in the fourth. And that's going to result in a base hit and an error. And Maddie Miller hits the bag at second. She's going to go all the way to third. And the Wolves with a runner in scoring position. And Kaylee Comer is down at first base again. Not sure what happened there, trying to follow the ball, but she's down there again. The Northwest training staff out to check on her. While they do that, we will step aside. Back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And You know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Kaylee Comer, the injured Ranger, the first baseman over there, being helped off by a couple of trainers, so she will exit the contest and probably for the rest of the day, as Miller gets a single and advances to third on the error. And that will insert Molly Beth Ferguson now into first base. Ferguson has played over there before. She and Comer platoon first base a bit. So they'll lose Comer's bat.
Now playing first for Northwest, Molly Beth Ferguson.
392 hitter.
Now batting, Madeline Wilkinson.
That will bring up Madeline Wilkinson batting in the 2 spot. 1 for 2, popped it up right side on the first pitch, and Ferguson able to move into foul territory and squeeze it for the first out. Boy, that's a huge out there and a good pitch by Kaylee Peterson. Wilkinson's a good hitter and popped out in foul territory. Well, the old adage about being inserted into the ball game and the ball finding you, that's about the best way it can find you, though, if you're Molly Beth Ferguson.
A good way to knock them nerves out. You know, you make that first play, kind of get a sigh of relief, and got that first out.
So bring up the number 3 hitter in the lineup, Carlin Brabham. 0 for 1 with a ground out, but walked her last time up and takes that breaking pitch over for a strike, 1-1. 456 hitter, 14 homers, 52 runs batted in. So she's the big hitter in the lineup. Has the most power and rips it back up the middle for a base hit into center field. That will score Miller from third. It's an RBI single from Brabham, 53rd of the year, and Co-Lin leads it 3-0.
Again, a clutch hit right there, and Co-Lin just doing a better job of finding those timely hits so far in this contest, and that was another big one.
Well, I think that's probably what Coach Howard would tell you if you look at their numbers over the first 2 days. Their numbers with runners in scoring position just were not very good. They couldn't get the big hit in a situation like that last night against Emily Robinson or in Game 1 against Hannah Embry, although they won that game, but they left a lot on and certainly did so last night. Abigail Carter will step in, 0 for 2, reached on an error and reached on a fielder's choice. Batting in the cleanup spot again after being dropped to the 6th spot last night. Responded with an RBI single, but she's behind quickly in this count. No balls and 2 strikes to Kaylee Peterson. High fly ball, deep left field. That one is well out of there. A 2-run shot by Abigail Carter, her 10th bomb of the year. RBIs 21 and 22. And Co-Lin leads at 5-0, and I see her dad down there. He's got the phone out. A moonshot, deepest one we've seen in the tournament so far.
Yeah, that's what we said. This team has the ability of, in the blink of an eye, just putting a lot of runs on the board before you know it, and that was a no-doubter there. And right now, momentum has shifted the way of Co-Lin.
That is the 29th home run given up by Kaylee Peterson on the year. And just quite frankly, an 0-2 mistake pitch. Got way too much of the plate, and Carter got the barrel on it. And that one was out there next to the folks in the lawn chairs.
Stephen West territory is what we like to call that here at ICC. Played on that inter-squad team of ours, and he put one out there beyond that light pole and actually broke the softball doing it.
Broke the softball doing it?
Yeah. It came back the shape of a football.
Yeah, I'd say you got all of that one if you do that. Blanchard lines out to third base for the second out of the inning. Good play by Molly Harris over there. We've seen some really nice plays at third. Boy, in softball, you're playing so far in. We've seen a lot of hard hit balls that way and some really nice plays. As Molly Johnson will pop this one up into shallow left field. Brower is under it, and she will make the catch for out number 3, but not before a 3-run spot in the 4th. because of a 2-run bomb by Abigail Carter. Co-Lin leads at 5-0 as we move to the bottom of the 4th. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
To the bottom of the 4th we go. 5-0 Co-Lin on top in this elimination game. Day number 3 of the 2021 MACCC State Softball Tournament. Both of these clubs have punched their ticket to Eunice, Louisiana for next week's Region 23 tournament. But the two teams trying to advance today to tonight's nightcap and face the Gulf Coast Bulldogs and stay alive and hope to win a state championship. And right now the Wolves with a commanding lead, but the Rangers, as well as they swing it, are certainly never out of it. They will have 7, 8, and 9. Meredith Owen, Oakley Lauder, and Layla Armstrong to face Sarah Blanchard out for her 4th inning of work this afternoon. First pitch of the inning, in there for a called strike, 0-1. Owen, the designated player, walked her first time up. Hits from that left side, trying to get something started, and Northwest can score in a hurry. They've had their chances. Blanchard's worked around a couple of jams. As this one is hit off the end of the bat, out there to Davis, who gloves it and throws to first in time for out number 1. Good throw, or I beg your pardon, good job by Bailey Jackson to pick that one on the low throw.
Yeah, that's one of those. The shortstop had a chance. I think she thought the runner was going to be down the line a little bit quicker than she thought she was, so she rushed the throw a little bit there. But, yeah, good throw. Good job over there at first base to come over there and just dig that one up out of the dirt.
Oakley Lauder to the plate now, 0 for 1 with a pop out. And if you're Blanchard, that's what you want to do. A lot of pitches in the strike zone. Let your defense work behind you. Lauder, one of the better defensive center fielders, hitting .258. She does have 13 runs batted in. That one in there for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. So we talk about these shutdown innings all the time, and I know Co-Lin had scored previously and gotten a shutdown, but put up that crooked number, you really want to come out and dominate and keep the momentum in your dugout. Some of the things in tournament baseball or softball that we see all the time. Who can just keep momentum the longest? The 2-1, swing and a miss. Lauder chased that rise ball. And now we're even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Co-Lin can really grab momentum almost and put this thing away right now if they can just get a 3-up, 3-down inning here. But as you said, Jeremy, with these Northwest bats, that's easier said than done.
It is, and you're going to get, Layla Armstrong's on deck. She's hitting 9th. She has been the leadoff hitter for most of the year and operates certainly in that role as the number 9 hitter, as the second leadoff hitter, a table setter, if you will, for Casca and Brower and Molly Harris. The full count pitch, swing and a miss, foul tip held on by Carter, and that's going to be the 4th strikeout of the day for Sarah Blanchard. All strikeouts brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Visit RenaissanceBank.com. 2 down here in the 4th and a chance to get that 1-2-3 inning with Layla Armstrong coming to the plate.
Yeah, another inside fastball. Just been trouble for everybody in this tournament to get pretty much the go-to pitch when you're looking for that strikeout.
Armstrong 0 for 1, flew out to center field on the first pitch that she saw in the 2nd inning. a .390 hitter, no homers, 7 runs batted in. She has a .443 on-base percentage, a .438 slugging percentage, and can really run. As I said, was the leadoff hitter for the first game of the tournament and has been for most of the year, but really struggled in day one. So Coach Bramlett dropped her down to the bottom of the order yesterday. She responded with a good day, and they're going to keep her there. Of course, when you hit .390, you tend to have very many better days than poor days. The 1-1 to Armstrong, and that one in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Boy, Blanchard got a little benefit of the doubt there. That pitch looked to be maybe a ball out. Blanchard gets the call. Now the 1-2 pitch. High, and they're going to say that Armstrong went around. That's another strikeout, second of the inning, 5th of the day for Sarah Blanchard, and that's the 1-2-3 inning the Wolves needed. We've played 4 here in Fulton. Co-Lin leads at 5-0. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tab's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Through 4, it's 5-0 Co-Lin, and they will have 7, 8, and 9 due up. Shelby Maxwell, Bailey Jackson, and Molly Davis to face Kaylee Peterson, who is on in relief. Trying to keep the game where it is and give her offense a chance. As we're getting late here in this one, 9 outs remaining for the Rangers. First pitch to Maxwell is high for ball 1. Maxwell, a much better day today, has struggled for the first 2 days in the tournament. Walked and has an RBI single. And takes that one right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Another one of those hitters like Layla Armstrong and Christian Jones for Gulf Coast was up in the order. In fact, Armstrong and Maxwell were the leadoff hitters, but some struggles put them down, and they've responded as that one is served out into left field. Hangs up enough for Sage Koska to make a nice running catch. I didn't think there was going to be any chance she had to catch that one, but it hung up enough. Koska with some good wheels, and that's the first out of the inning.
Well, you know, as soon as we brag about just how good her bat is, she's like, guys, check out my glove.
Yeah, she can throw too. She almost threw out Alexis Laughlin for Gulf Coast in that game on day 1. As that one is fouled down the right field line from Bailey Jackson, the Co-Lin first baseman. So she's one of those 5-tool players. She can run, throw, hit, catch for sure.
Yeah, she's special.
And also can hit for power. She's somebody I think that's going to probably have her name all over those Northwest record books. She's got a lot of them single season up to this point. Probably going to have most of them for career. She comes back next year, which that is the plan right now for the South Haven native. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson. Grounded right back up the middle. That one through the wickets and through the infield for a base hit. Jackson with her first knock of the day. 3rd time she's been on base, and the Wolves have a 1-out base runner.
Yeah, not a whole lot you can do that as a pitcher. Just basically try to get your glove down and knock that one down. Couldn't quite find it and got through, and just another one of those little seeing eye singles.
We're going to have a pinch hitter for Molly Davis, who was the shortstop, and we're also going to get a pinch runner over at first. It's number 10, Julianna Johnson. who will run for Bailey Jackson. Davis had been 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. So we will get Bella Dekovic,
Now batting number 14, Bella Dekovic.
who was the day one starter at first base for Co-Lin in that 2-0 win over Pearl River. Dekovic on the year, hitting .265, 5 homers, 22 runs batted in. She has a .344 on base percentage, a .518 slugging percentage. So Coach Howard looking to get Dekovic going again, trying to provide some pop at the bottom of this order. And first pitch, grounded third base side. Harris gloves it, throws across in time to get Dekovic. What a play by Molly Harris. She continues to impress over at the hot corner. Made a really good throw after knocking that ball down. And that will be the second out of the inning.
Yeah, very impressive there. The thing that impressed me the most was the fact she didn't panic. She knew she had to hurry, but a lot of times when you panic, that's when the ball tends to sail on you. Trusted her arm and got it over there in a hurry.
Bailey Jackson does, or beg your pardon, Julianna Johnson as the runner moves up to second base. So a runner in scoring position, top of the order for Co-Lin. Maddie Miller to the plate, and she rips this one right side but foul, as that will even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Miller 1 for 3, ground out, pop out, a single her last time up, and advanced all the way to third on a throwing error. That pitch in the dirt for ball 2, 2-1. Coming up after this one, Jones and ICC. Winners bracket game here in the tournament. There's a swing and a miss by Miller, and even the count at 2-2. Adam Gore will have that one for you. Should be a good one. The 2 best teams, I think, in the state. 2 of the best teams in the country. As that one is fouled down the left field line. Should get interesting in the press box here. Are you going to let Kevin say anything or at all?
We don't play nice together. He's on the other end
of the press box right now. We've done this sort of, hey, I'll do the games, and if you are affiliated with the school, you can do it with me. That one is shot out into left field. Koska there to make the catch. Hit hard, but Koska able to cover it up, and that will retire the side. No runs for Co-Lin there. They leave a runner in scoring position. To the home half of the 5th we go. Co-Lin leads at 5-0. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tots right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Bottom of the 5th we go. Top of the order for Northwest. Rangers need to get going here, trailing by 5. They've got 9 outs with which to work in this elimination game on day 3 of the state softball tournament here in Fulton. Of course, both of these teams, the big news, have punched their ticket to the Region 23 tournament in Eunice next week. And I think Coach Howard for a second forgot it. It was Northwest at the plate. She was having a conversation with one of the umpires, about to stand over there at third base in the coach's box, and thought, wait a minute, I see too many blue jerseys in the field. Sage Koska will step up, although she'd probably love to be standing on third base with Koska wearing her team's jersey. 2 for 2 on the day, a double and a single. Takes the first pitch in there for a called strike. 471 average, now over 475 on the year. 15 doubles for Casca to go along with those 14 home runs. The 0-1, that one low and away for ball one. Blanchard has pitched well so far. 4 shutout innings, couple of jams that she's worked around. Talked about the 5 strikeouts that she has in this one. It's kept the free passes at a minimum as well, creeping up near 100 strikeouts on the season. Trying to solve the riddle that is Sage Casca, though. She's gotten the better of her twice. The 1-1, that one is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Maddie Brower on deck. Molly Harris batting third in the lineup today and in this inning. So Co-Lin's going to have to go through the heart of the order one more time. And there's a beautiful breaking ball in there for a strike, 2-2. This one hammered left field. That one's going to be over the head of the left fielder, Wilkinson. Casca will stroll in with her second stand-up double of the day, 16th of the year, and she continues to just play a very different game than everybody else.
Yeah, again, just sound like a broken record bragging on her. I mean, she's good. She's proven it time and time again throughout this tournament.
Yeah, that one was hammered. That's the other thing, too, is that, I mean, she just hits the ball violently. I mean, every time she makes contact, it is a hard hit ball somewhere. 16 doubles on the year, 14 home runs, 3 for 3 on the afternoon. What she really wants, though, now is for her teammates to pick her up. This is the 3rd time she has led off an inning with a hit. Twice she's done it with a double, but she hasn't been able to come home yet. Maddie Brower 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. And Brower pops up left side. Will it stay in? No, it will not, as Brobham and Carter give chase. And so that will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Brower tied for second on the team with 36 runs batted in, a .444 average coming into today's game. That one in the dirt. Not far enough for Casca to advance. 2 balls and a strike. Well, you knew that Northwest was going to at least force Blanchard to work a bit with Casca coming up one more time. If you're Blanchard, though, you're hoping that's the last time you see her. That one in the dirt again. Now 3-1, and all of a sudden Brower ahead of the count, and Blanchard in danger of putting 2 on with nobody out. She's already done that before in this one and then was able to work out of it.
Yeah, got to be careful here because, as we said, just like Co-Lin, this Northwest team has the ability to quickly put some runs on the board, but a great pitch to get the easy out there.
Boy, huge out there as Browder pops out right to Blanchard, and that's going to be so frustrating for Brower. She's such a great hitter, 36 runs batted in, and 3 times she has come up with Casca on base with nobody out, and twice she's just been unable to advance her at all. So that will bring up Molly Harris, 0 for 2, ground out, and reached on a fielder's choice. And if you're Blanchard, you just kind of hope now you can settle down and relax. This one ripped left side. That one right through the wickets of Molly Davis into left field. That's going to score Casca. It'll be an E6, but the Rangers are on the board. It's 5-1.
That's what we said. Rangers waiting for just some hit to find its way through, and that time the error helped out, and Northwest gets on the board again.
Well, that ball was hit very hard, and Davis moved over, just didn't get the glove down. And if she fields that ball, my first thought was Casca had made a base running mistake because she could either tag her or throw her out moving to third.
That may be what helped the ball get through. She might have been trying to think tag before the catch.
Yeah, very possible. But Casca finally able to score after a leadoff double, and that will bring up Michaela Helms, the cleanup hitting catcher, 0 for 2 with a pop out and a strikeout. And so if you're Blanchard, you got to really bear down here. It's late in the game. Northwest has scratched, and they've got the middle of their order up to the plate now, as that one is fouled right side. That will bring the count to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, right now, if you're Northwest, just keep chipping away. You know, trust your bats. That's what's got you here. Probably one of the hotter teams or hottest hitting teams coming into the tournament, and they're able to battle their way into this tournament. Now a chance to play in the region tournament as well. So, you know, keep trusting those bats and see if one hit can lead to another.
1 on, 1 out, and now time has been called. Helms on the year, another one of those hitters over 400. They've got 5 hitters over 400 on the year with a solid amount of at-bats. This one is sent out into center field. Maxwell under it, and she will make the catch for out number 2. Another big out recorded by Blanchard, as Helms now 0 for 3 on the day, and that will bring up Molly Beth Ferguson, who is in for Kaylee Comer, who suffered that injury. So Comer was 0 for 1. She was hit by a pitch. This will be the first at bat for Ferguson here this afternoon, hitting 200 on the year. No home runs, 3 runs batted in. She has a .364 on base percentage, .257 slugging percentage, and she dribbles this left side. Brobham up with it, throws across in time for out number 3. So a good response there by Blanchard after Casca comes around to score on the error. After 5, it's 5-1 Co-Lin. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The top's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
After 5, it's 5-1 Co-Lin. Wolves will send up 2, 3, and 4 to face Kaylee Peterson, Madeline Wilkinson, Carlin Brobham, and Abigail Carter. Getting late here in this one. Rangers trying to pull out some late inning magic and hang around for tonight's nightcap. The winner of this one gets Mississippi Gulf Coast after the Bulldogs walked off the Hines Eagles by a score of 8-7 earlier today. Of course, our next one, the matchup, I think everybody that's been interested in this tournament has wanted to see. Jones and ICC, winner's bracket game. And this one is sent out into center field, and that one is trapped. And heading to second base is Wilkinson. She's going to slide in with a double. A nice effort made out there in center field by Lauder, but Wilkinson able to get it down. Be her 11th double of the year and a leadoff runner in scoring position for the Wolves.
That was just great awareness that time as she saw the player dive for the ball. Good job by the first base coach to get in her ear and tell her to keep running, and she got in second without an issue.
Yeah, second hit for Wilkinson. Thought that ball was going to hang up, and Lauder playing pretty deep. In fact, playing a little deeper than most of the center fielders out there, but Northwest has played most everybody straight away this afternoon. Usually everybody else has shaded their center fielders over to the left side. But Wilkinson able to sneak that one down in front of her. Good effort, though, as you mentioned. by Lauder. Man, that will bring up now the big hitter in the lineup for Co-Lin, Carlin Brobham. 1 for 2, RBI single her last time up, has also drawn a walk, and that one gets past Helms, and Wilkinson is going to move to third base. So the Wolves now with a runner at third, nobody out, looking to get that run back. They surrendered in the bottom of the inning. And then tack on maybe a few more. High fly ball to center field. This is going to get the run home. Catch is going to be made by Lauder right in front of the warning track. Wilkinson will come home to score. It's a sacrifice fly for Brobham, her 54th RBI of the year.
Number 22, Abigail Carter.
Yeah, and that's what you wanted to do. Just find a way to get that run across, whether it be a base hit or sacrifice fly like you just saw there. And big job there getting that run back they gave up in the bottom of the 5th.
We'll bring up Abigail Carter, the cleanup hitting catcher for the Wolves, and she takes the first pitch over for a strike. All sacrifice flies this year brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Carter takes that pitch low for ball 1. 1 for 3, reached on an error, reached on a fielder's choice, and then got to trot the bases on a 2-run nuke out there into left field her last time up, part of that 3-run 4th inning. Her 10th home run of the year, which is good for second on the team behind Carlin Brobham. Head of the count here, 2-1, and she may have just done it again. Fly ball to left field. Have a day. Her second bomb of the afternoon, 11th home run, and it's now 7-1 Co-Lin.
Yeah, that was just big. It was one of those, again, once it hit the bat, you knew what it was up. It was out of the ballpark.
Well, I had a conversation. I mentioned earlier, for those that don't know, she and I are from the same hometown. Her dad was my 9th grade basketball coach. Had a conversation with her, with him the other night, and he said, you know, they're hitting it well. They're just not getting a lot of, hits with runners in scoring position. And he said, Abigail, she's kind of struggling a little bit, needs to get going. Well, she's out of her slump today. Second home run, 3 RBIs now. And Co-Lin with their largest lead of the afternoon, 7-1.
Again, that's what we talked about. You play this game, you want to get that momentum heading into the region tournament. And a team like Co-Lin, we said, they've got those bats. They're strong, they're powerful, they can put runs on you in a hurry. This could be that game that sparks them heading into Eunice next week.
29th home run of the year given up by Kaylee Peterson. Sarah Blanchard, the starting pitcher for Co-Lin, will dig in, and Peterson hit the back of the net. 3 balls and no strikes to Blanchard, who now has the largest run support of the afternoon when she takes the circle, presumably in the bottom of the 6th. And that's a 4-pitch walk issued by Peterson. That's the 3rd time Blanchard has been on base. Twice she's been hit. That time she gets to go to first without any pain whatsoever. And that will bring up the second baseman, Molly Johnson. Looking to see nobody moving in that northwest dugout. Could be Peterson's game, and there's a snap throw back, and Blanchard is back standing. Johnson 0 for 3, a fly out, ground out, pop out. It's now 5 straight that have missed the strike zone by Molly Peterson. High pop up right side. And running over to make the nice catch is Caitlyn Bednar, the second baseman. What a nice play over there, right up against the fence in foul territory. That'll be the second out of the day, and that large foul territory coming into play there for Northwest.
Yeah, and another thing, too, is you got a lot of gravel in that area, so when you take a step, you still got a little bit of room to work with, and she just went all out with it that time. I think she sold out knowing that, hey, I'm either A, going to make this play, or B, crash spectacularly into the fence, and she made the play.
Going to get a pinch hitter, I believe. Looks like it's going to be number 21, Kat Wilson, who will pinch hit for Shelby Maxwell. Don't know if that means she will stay in and play center field with how well Maxwell patrols out there. Wilson on the year, hitting .200. No homers, 1 RBI, .500 on-base percentage. Her 5th at-bat of the year upcoming, and takes the first pitch for a called strike. But we talked about getting some, younger players, some experience in a game like this. This is the best of both worlds for both of these teams, really. And this one is sent out into right center field, driving back, and the catch is made by Layla Armstrong for out number 3, but not before another nuke by Abigail Carter, her 2nd bomb of the day. Co-Lin strikes for 2 more. It's 7-1 Wolves as we move to the bottom of the 6th on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Bottom of the 6th we go. New pitcher in the circle for the Wolves. Time now for an Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi pitching change. It'll be Bella Lucky, number 12, who was the starter in last night's contest. And all stats brought to you by Sonic. Lucky making her 18th appearance, first out of the bullpen, 13-3 on the year, 16 complete games. 113 and a third innings pitched, 104 hits, 42 runs, 30 earned, 33 walks, 59 strikeouts. She's given up 8 home runs on the year and has a 1.85 ERA. She will deal with 6, 7, and 8. Caitlyn Bednar, Meredith Owen, and Oakley Lauder. And Lucky begins with a first pitch strike to the Rangers' second baseman. Bednar 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. Northwest down to their last 6 outs, trying to stay alive here in this tournament. And that one is dribbled into the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Blanchard was good, Adam. She gave Co-Lin what they needed. 5 innings, only 1 run. Navigated around the incredible day for Sage Koska, as this one is popped behind us out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And you get in a tournament like this, you get somebody that can eat up 5 of those 7 innings. Really puts you in advantage.
Absolutely, and plus they, as of right now, have another game to think about later on tonight. So maybe want to get her in there, start getting her hydrated for that nightcap tonight. Scheduled for 7:30.
I told you, I think I'm going to be coming back over here after the baseball game ends, before the nightcap ends. 1-2. They'll appeal down to first, and Laura King says Bednar did hold up. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and speaking of which, there's a good chance you may have to actually get the 7th inning done so I can make it across in time.
I guess.
2-2, fly ball, left center field, carrying, and Maxwell over there, but had it go off her glove. Bednar head down, going to third. Here comes the throw, not in time, and Caitlyn Bednar leading it off at third, and she was motoring around the bases.
Yeah, she was thinking 3 the whole way that time, and that's why you're coached out to run it out until you're called out. And once she saw that the ball was dropped, she caught a gear, and yeah, she was heading to third.
Well, Bednar, you don't often see a 3-base error. Maxwell did a good job to track it and settle under it, and just quite frankly dropped it. So a break there for the Rangers, and now they'll get Meredith Owen, the designated player, into the batter's box. And the first pitch she sees is a strike on the outside corner.
We've already seen crazier things today, so something like that could really spark a team here. Yes, they're down 7-1 in the bottom of the 6th, but hey, you never know.
This is a bunt up the third base side, foul, and Owen quickly in the hole, 0-2. Yeah, again, with the way Northwest hits, I mean, they're never out of it. And you get to the bottom of the order. We talked about, Layla Armstrong hitting ninth, who has been a leadoff hitter, and then obviously what the top of the order and middle of the order can do. As that pitch is high for ball one. And Maxwell's a good center fielder. She did a great job to be able to run that down. Off the bat, I didn't think there was any chance Maxwell would get to it. And, in fact, was able to get there so quickly and settle under it. Just, I don't know if the sun or just maybe took her eye off of it. And give credit to Bednar for running it out, as that one is fouled back to the screen. I don't even think she saw her head coach, Chelsea Bramlett, over there. I don't know if she gave her the stop sign or what, but Bednar had her head down, and she was bound and determined to get to third base.
I think it's one of those where she's like, look, she's supposed to catch that. I should be out. Why not press my luck?
Yeah, and it worked out for her. And there's a pop-up on the right side. It could be trouble, and it's going to drop down. And the throw comes in, not in time. Carter's going to throw to second base, and they did get Owen there. So it goes an RBI single because nobody touched it. So an RBI single there for Meredith Owen. That's her 16th RBI of the year. But she's gunned down trying to turn it into a double. So the Rangers do get a run to make it 7-2. But the Wolves, I think they'll trade that run for the out here. And now maybe can settle down with one out here in the sixth.
Yeah, just a crazy play. It's one of those that you saw the batter. She thought it was just going to be a little routine pop-up and kind of tossed her bat to the side in disgust. Then saw it hit and almost turned it into a two-base, or almost got the second after the throw home. But a heads-up play there by the catcher. Knew that she didn't have an opportunity to tag the base runner. Instead, quickly blocked the ball up and didn't hesitate going to second to get the out.
A beautiful breaking pitch over for a call strike to open the at-bat to Oakley Lauder. Yeah, and I think the issue was just because the infield was in, because you got a slapper at the plate that, that was a pop-up as that pitch is in there for a strike 0-2 in sort of the perfect place, because you got the right fielder, Maddie Miller, who's playing deeper, and then you got Molly Johnson, the second baseman, playing in, and you got Bailey Jackson over there at third base playing in, and so there was some confusion about who should take it. And ultimately it worked out for Co-Lin because they did get the out, but the Rangers do scratch, and just a chance for them to get Sage Koska and that lineup, Maddie Brower, back to the plate. Lauder 0 for 2, a pop-up and a strikeout. That one low for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two, inside, 3-2, where Lauder almost offered at it. That had some late movement. Came into the righties. Just saw a lucky pitch last night against ICC. A really tough lineup, a very difficult lineup to navigate. Solid performance from her. Made a couple of mistakes that the Indians took advantage of, as that one is hammered down the left field line, foul. But as you have seen all year, not many teams have been able to really deal with that, defending the bunt and the steal. Coach Kirk, they do it so differently. That's why I'm so fascinated to see the matchup with Jones, because Jones a little more just beat the ball around the yard. Now, they steal, obviously, but ICC, bunt, steal, run game, they manufacture runs really well. And so that one should be a good one, which follows this one here. Full count pitch and a ground ball third base side, and that one is foul. We'll do it again.
Yeah, that one coming the way next, and it's two of the top teams, not only in the state but in the country. And I feel like there's going to be a packed house tonight, because that's a rivalry that has really grown over the years, because 5-6 years ago it was Jones and everybody else.
Right.
And now it's Jones, ICC, Gulf Coast. So everybody's catching up, and the league is getting better and better each year across the board. But right now the two top dogs facing off here in the next game.
3-2. That one fouled left side again. I think it's a good point. And quite frankly, you look at softball in the state of Mississippi in general, it's growing. I mean, for years, a lot of high school teams were still playing slow pitch. And now everybody's playing fast pitch. And now you're starting to see it kind of, once the high schools do it, then the junior colleges do it, and then you get up to the Division I level. And the growth of the sport has been incredible. A lot of girls playing softball in Mississippi, and that obviously is the feeder for a lot of these teams. As that one is ripped down the third base side past Brobham. A single for Oakley Lauder, her first hit of the day. And the Rangers continue to swing it well here. 1 on, 1 out for the number 9 hitter, Layla Armstrong.
That's what we talked about. You know, this Northwest team, yeah, they're down 7-2, but they're not going to go quietly into the evening here as they're battling back and trying to make something happen here in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, meeting inside the circle for Co-Lin. We'll step aside real quick. Back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The top's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Meeting inside the circle is over. Lucky remains in there. First pitch called strike on the outside corner to Layla Armstrong. 0 for 2 on the day, a fly out and a strikeout, but this is going to turn the lineup over. Sage Koska on deck, and as I mentioned, Armstrong has been the leadoff hitter for Northwest for most of the year, so this is a lot like having your leadoff hitter at the plate now as that pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, and I think, quite frankly, Malia Howard's just trying to settle Lucky down and try to make sure this doesn't snowball a bit and become what we saw in Game 1, which Gulf Coast had to really hang on and win late. The 1-1, that one misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Armstrong hitting .390. 7 runs batted in. Only 14 strikeouts in 105 games, 105 at-bats, I beg your pardon, coming in. Does have 1 today, though. 2-1 pitch. This one is lined to the left center field gap. That's down for a base hit. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Lauder's going to hit the bag at third. She's going to score. Armstrong, though, is going to be thrown out trying to go to third base. So it's an RBI double for Layla Armstrong to make it 7-3, but that's the second time in this inning that the Rangers have been thrown out trying to take the extra base.
Yeah, it's one of those, man, she was moving around the base. What a great throw. And missed the cutoff person, and if they hit the cutoff person, she's safe. But a good throw. The ball took a friendly hop right into that tag position. She was able to go down there. The umpire stood in, made sure she had the ball, and called her out.
Good job there by Shelby Maxwell out there in center field as that breaking pitch catches the strike zone to begin the at-bat. Maxwell did a good job to get over there and get that throw in, and as you mentioned. Now the dangerous Sage Koska, 3 for 3 on the day, 2 doubles and a single. As that one dribbles inside for ball 1. And so now with that 2 spot, you're back to a 4-run game.
I like the aggressiveness. I mean, you're down at the time 5 runs. Had a speedy runner on the back. Test the arm, see if you can make something happen.
Oh, that fastball up and in. Misses Koska there. 2 balls and a strike.
She didn't like that.
No, she didn't. Lucky, I think, maybe trying to rush her back a little bit. May feel like she's crowding the plate. The 2-1. And that one misses outside. 3 balls and a strike. Koska, only 10 walks this year coming into today's game in 119 at-bats, now 122 at-bats. So she doesn't really like to take her base first. She wants to swing it, although she's going to draw the walk here.
Well, she's one of those that if you have a runner on in front of her, I don't know if I don't know if you're okay. Better just walking her in those situations versus letting her put the bat on the ball, because if you got to run it first, 9 times out of 10 she's probably going to score.
Yeah. And also, too, if you're Northwest, anytime there's a runner on base, first base for sure with Koska up, be a prime candidate for a hit and run. I mean, she struck out only twice all year.
Good Lord.
2 times in 122, now 123 at bat. She struck out twice. That may be the most impressive of all of her eye-popping stats. This one is blooped out in center field, down for a base hit. Koska will stop there at second base as Maddie Brower keeps the inning alive. 7th hit for the Rangers, and now Northwest has runners at first and second. They're a batter away from bringing the tying run to the plate, and now we'll see Molly Harris, another hitter who can really swing it for the Rangers, who will step in. Harris hitting .439 coming into today's contest. She is 0 for 3, but she did reach base on a fielder's choice her second time up, and this one beginning to mirror what we saw in Game 1, Adam, between Gulf Coast and Hines, in which the Bulldogs felt like they were in control, but Hines put up a 3-spot late and then got it into the 7th inning before eventually being walked off. And the Rangers, we talk about the way they hit, get a base hit here, and all of a sudden this gets a little nerve-wracking for Co-Lin.
Yeah, the thing you also got to remember, though, is, you know, you're just one swing of the bat away from this being a one-run contest, and this is a team in Northwest that can do that.
Good pitch there by Lucky on the outside corner for a strike. 0-2 to Harris. Looking to get out of the jam, preserve the 4-run lead. The 0-2, that one way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think I shorted the Rangers earlier. That was the 8th hit by Brower of the day. And this is going to be number 9. No, it hangs up, and Maxwell able to squeeze it. That was hammered by Harris, but Maxwell able to move over in the gap and make the catch, and that will finally retire the side. But not before. 2 runs for the Rangers. We've got a game now, 7-3 after 6. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing. Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser, only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Welcome back as we start the top of the 7th inning. Co-Lin leads at 7-3, and I'm going to hand it off to my broadcast partner, Adam Gore. I'm headed to baseball. Going to finish this one and have the 2 softball games on the nightcap.
7-3 is your score here as we move to the top of the 7th inning. 8-9-1 batters due up here for Co-Lin, and that's going to be Jackson, Davis, and Miller scheduled up here. Well, big inning there for the Rangers. They put 2 on the board, had a chance to put some more, made it a 7-3 contest. Now Co-Lin looking to get back and get some of those runs back on the board here in the top part of the 2nd. That pitch, top part of the 7th. That pitch across for the 2nd strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Jackson. Jackson is 1 for 1 on the day with a pair of walks. Swings on this one and a liner out to the first baseman. 1 away now, so if you're Northwest, you've got a little bit of momentum on your side right now, so you want to take and battle back here, see if you can get a quick 3-up, 3-down inning and get your backs back to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. That's where we saw the magic for the Bulldogs. They got a walk-off win in the first game of the day. The Rangers trying to follow suit here would be in much more dramatic fashion, though, as this pitch lifted, left side, foul and out of play. Got to go for strike one. This is Davis at the plate. Davis 0 for 3 with a strikeout. She grounded out to third in her previous at-bat. There's one out and nobody on here. That pitch missing high and outside. Oh, no, called it a late ball. A little hesitation on that one. 0-2 now is the count here on Davis. This pitch missing low and outside. 1-2 now goes the count here to Davis. Davis, then we go back to the top of the lineup in Miller here for the Wolves. 1-2 pitch, fouled off, and we'll stay at 1-2. Well, if you're looking for the baseball game or if you're watching, want to tune into the baseball game, it'll be available on the Blue Channel with the First American National Bank opening pitch coming your way at 6 o'clock. It's the best of 3 series between the Indians and Gulf Coast Bulldogs. A slap hit, and it's going to drop for a base hit. First hit of the day there for Davis. And now we go back to the top of the lineup here as the Wolves lead this one 7-3. We're in the top of the 7th. Maybe having a runner coming into the situation or possibly a new batter here.
Now batting number 17, Leah Beth Lucky.
And so it's going to be number 17 coming to the plate here for Co-Lin. That's Leah Beth Lucky, not Bella Lucky. So the umpires making the changes across the board. Just got a text message from Coach Mike Sullivan. The Indians pick up a much-needed win, 2-0 at Holmes in soccer today. It's that pitch inside corner for a strike here to Lucky. So Lucky coming, batting in place of Miller. Runner at first with one out. Jammed her, and looked like that one actually fouled off herself that time, as that one goes out of play for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here on Lucky. That's Davis over at first base. And there's strike 3. Go back and look at that one, a Little Caesars instant replay, and that one, yes, right on the corner for a Renaissance Bank strikeout. So Lucky goes down looking, and her at bat there. And so now 2 away for the Wolves, still a runner at first base. And this is Wilkinson at the plate. First pitch missing for a ball. So 1-0 is the count. Runner at first, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Is that pitch missing for a ball? Co-Lin trying to hang on and advance to tonight's nightcap against Gulf Coast. You can watch that one right here on the Red Channel. It's scheduled for 7:30. Doubt we get there at 7:30. Is that pitch missing high and outside. The reason I say that is because the ICC and Jones game scheduled for 5 o'clock. Well, guess what? We're not going to make it to that 5 o'clock start. And that pitch inside nearly hit her, but says it tails back in across the plate for a strike. 3-1 now is the count here to Wilkinson. And he's going to call that one a strike. Wow, Wilkinson and the rest of the crew thought that one was high for a ball, but instead the count goes full now at 3-2. So a full count to Wilkinson. Pitch coming. And they're going to call ball 4 there. Couldn't tell if it was a ball or if it hit her. She kind of leaned into it. So apparently it didn't hit her. It's going to be called ball 4. And so now with runners on first and second, This should be Brabham coming to the plate. Brabham coming to the plate, excuse me. Very dangerous bat here. Looks at that pitch in there for a strike. A nice off-speed pitch, just falls off the table a bit too soon. 1-1 now is the count here to Brabham. She had an RBI single in her last trip to the plate. She's also walked and grounded out to the third baseman. She's looking at a 2-1 count now. That pitch just missing outside. 3-1 is the throw to second, not in time. So Northwest got to be careful here. Don't want to load the bases, as they once again got too quick out in the inning, but now have ran into a little bit of trouble here. 3-1 pitch coming. This one fouled back and out of play. We'll go to 3-2 now. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second here for the Wolfpack. This one popped up. Foul territory, right side. Second baseman giving chase and just couldn't quite get over there in time as she slid for the ball, slid into the fencing. Great effort again over there at second base by Bednar. Just couldn't quite find the ball in time, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Three-two pitch, ripped. And that's going to get through, and it should score a run here. Throw is going to be up the line, then it gets away, allowing the runner to head to second, but a clutch RBI single, second of the game there for Brabham. And another run on the board there makes it 8-3 now in favor of Co-Lin. So they get one of the 2 runs back given up in the bottom half of the 6th. Runners do advance to second and third. And we may have a runner coming in this situation. That is going to be the case, as looks like that's number 6 possibly. Talbert coming in to run. So Talbert will be at second base. 8-3 is your score. And this is going to be trouble. Abigail Carter, who has had back-to-back home runs, will be coming to the plate here with 2 outs and runners at second and third. That first pitch across for a strike. Oh-1 is the count here to Carter. That pitch just missing outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Carter had a 2-run home run, then a solo shot. She's also reached on a fielder's choice and has reached on an error. Is that pitch missing outside again? 2-1 now goes the count here to Carter. Well, you most definitely don't want to leave everything over the plate here to Carter. She's already shown that she can serve them up today. Is that pitch up a little bit more than the previous location, finds the strike zone. 2-2 now is the count. 8-3, top of the 7th. Elimination game here between Co-Lin and Northwest. Both these teams will be playing next week in the Region 23 tournament down at Eunice. The winner of this game will advance on to play Gulf Coast in the nightcap later tonight. It can be seen here on the Red Channel. And fouls this one off, and we'll stay at 2-2 once again. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 outs. Runners on second and third. And this one's ripped over the head of the pitcher. Shortstop's there, makes the throw across the way, and that will end the inning. We're ahead to the bottom of the 7th. 8-3 is the score. Rangers down to their final 3 outs of the game. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back as we head now to the bottom of the 7th inning. Co-Lin trying to hang on and pick up the win here to advance to tonight's nightcap against Gulf Coast. The Rangers trying to rally. It looks like both teams making a lot of movements and changes here in the bottom of the 7th inning. This is going to be Michaela Helms coming to the plate. 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout, so Helms going to try to get things started here for the Rangers in the bottom of the 7th. 5 to extend it, 6 to win it. That's the numbers here for the Ranger fans. It's that first pitch across from Lucky for a strike. So 0-1 is the count here to Helms. Helms, Comer, and Bednar scheduled up. As this pitch popped up, back behind us, and it's going to land on the netting in front of us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Association, Alumni Association, I should say, broadcast booth. As that one will simply go for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Helms. Helms flew out to center in her previous at-bat, looking for her first hit of the day. Fouls this one back, will stay at 0-2. Well, if you're joining us looking for the ICC game, we've got a little business left to take care of here in the game between Northwest and Co-Lin. Once this game goes final, then we'll have it coming your way in about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. So Helms with a 0-2 count. No outs and nobody on as she's leading us off here. Reaches down to get this one, pops it up. Shortstop running back, trips, but makes the play. What a play out there at short. So I believe that was Molly Johnson as she tripped. Still had the wherewithal to find the softball, squeeze it, and collect the first out of the inning. What a play. So now with one out, this is Molly Beth Ferguson at the plate. Shout out to the fan that said, let's go Molly Beth. If not that, I wouldn't have known the batter had changed there. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Swings on this one, and is it a fair ball? It's going to be foul. Didn't really get much of a signal from home plate or the third base umpire. once again, where I'm sitting for the tournament, I am pretty much just locked in on the computer screen here, so having to rely on them to make the call. 1-1 now is the count here to Ferguson. So the Rangers down to their final 2 outs here in the MACCC tournament. Already qualified for the Region 23 tournament. As that pitch across for a strike. When we're saying that, we say that by saying, so we think. The way it's been explained to us and some of the other coaches, that's who we believe have all qualified for the tournament here. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for out number 2. And this will be Bednar coming to the plate here for the Rangers, trying to extend the inning with a base hit. Co-Lin trying to close the door on this one. They lead it 8-3. Is that pitch in there for a strike? So 0-1 is the count. Hard hit ball right back up the middle, returned to center, and that'll be a single for Bednar. Nice patient at bat that time, put a hard hit on the ball. And gets her second hit of the day. And so that'll extend the inning here. So runner at first with 2 outs. This is Meredith Owen, the DP at the plate. She had an RBI single in her previous at bat, also grounded out to short, and she has a walk. 1 for 2 on the day here. Trying to spark a 2-out rally for the Rangers. Is that pitch hit her? And so she'll head to first, push the runner over to second. And now I believe this will be Lauder coming to the plate. And it will be Lauder, who is 1 for 3 on the day with a single and a strikeout. So once again, the Rangers refusing to go quietly into the evening here, trying to extend the game. As we said, 5 the magic number to extend it, 6 the number to win it. Runners on first and second. There are 2 outs, so that's the saving grace for Co-Lin right now, is you can got a little room to work with, and you can breathe a little easy right now if you're lucky in the circle. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. You can rely on your defense, so you know you can throw strikes to see if you can find this final out of the inning. Lauder, however, looking for her second hit of the contest. Something that's down to the gap could score a run for the Rangers. Bottom of the 7th is that pitch, fastball in there for strike 2. Here's the Northwest faithful getting fired up here below us. 0-2 is the count. There are 2 outs. Swinging, or no, excuse me, miss for strike 3. And the Northwest fans not liking that one, but they do get her looking at strike 3. Your final score here, Co-Lin picks up the 8-3 win over Northwest.
ICC versus Jones.
As that's going to do it for this broadcast. We do want to remind you, coming up next, ICC versus Jones. We'll also have a special presentation of the student athletes that could graduate or have qualified for graduation here at ICC, so we do invite you to stick around for that as well. 8-3 your final score. Co-Lin will take on Gulf Coast in the nightcap, as we'll step away and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do, and we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women's